And I just like wanted one, and I finally got that brother, and it was like, oh, he can't do anything. Like he's useless until like for a long time. And then by the time I went to college when I was 18, you know, he was 11. So like now we're very, very close. But I think it's just being closer in age. I think if he was like 2 years younger than me, we'd be much, much closer.
Is he a Steelers fan?
Yes.
Wow.
In Pittsburgh, you have to be, yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough this year, but
it's been rocky, man. I wanted to buy in Pickett, right?
Yeah.
And I think Party always cheers for the Steelers. I mean, because I'm a Saints fan, and they're black and gold. Steelers are black and gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Steelers, you know. I'd always go up there. You hear all these crazy rumors about Cordell Stewart and Shenley Park. You'd hear all of this, you know, people's just saying, thank. You know, you'd hear all of it, you know. And so, yeah, I always want them to do well. And then I saw him with that mustache, and I'm like, this means he's going to do well. Because you don't grow a mustache, I think, unless you're planning on doing something where I'm from.
Yeah.
And
you got a plan.
And then he just hasn't been able to really put it together yet.
I think he hasn't been that bad. I think it's everybody. I don't think like everyone's like it's the coaching. I'm like, no. It's not just the players. It's everyone just kind of just being a little bit off. And I think we'll pull it together. I think we'll be, you know, a game over 500, maybe a game under, maybe break Tomlin's streak. But I'm the kind of fan who I just want to support. I like the coaches. I like the players. Like if they get traded, like I still like them. I'm just happy that the team is there. I don't get mad.
Yeah.
You know, I don't get mad about the Steelers anymore. I used to. And then I kind of just realized like this is stupid. Why am I ruining like relationships with people? Like there was a game once, I think I just moved to LA, and the Steelers played the Patriots. It was the year that Brady won his first Super Bowl. When they had like beaten the Raiders, it was a miracle, and the Steelers were really heavily favored. And then we just got crushed, and all my friends were at my place, and they were all Patriots fans except for me. And I got hammered and like yelled at everybody. Like it was such an embarrassing game, and I snapped that I was so embarrassed that I couldn't talk to my friends for like a week. And then I was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm going to be on emotional lockdown for sporting events from now on. It's stupid.
Yeah,
stupid thing to get mad
you
about.
put a lot into it.
Yeah.
And you see people put their whole lives into it. And they cart their wife out there, and they'll paint their wife the colors of the team, and they'll do all of that.
You know what got me? Remember when the Red Sox won their first World Series in like forever? You know, it was like early to mid 2000s or something. And I remember being pumped for them. I had a bunch of friends who were Red Sox fans, and I was rooting for them to win that year. And then after they won, I was happy. And then the next season, the fans were like the same assholes. It was like they were like the guy from Memento who doesn't know he killed the dude, and he's just like, I got to kill this guy. And it's like, you killed him. You already won, and they didn't bring them that much joy. That I don't want to be that kind of fan. I want to just always be happy for my team.
Yeah, I think that's what I've struggled to have that. I realize it's like, am I a fair weather fan? I was a diehard Saints fan growing up. Diehard. I remember when I didn't have any money, I made like Saints merchandise, and I go out there and sell bootleg merchandise, you know, and I loved them, you know.
Yeah, I love the Saints.
And it just, but at a certain point, it just, I don't know, also got a little bit older. I think you start to realize, like, I'm busy. Maybe my life, I got busier too. I didn't have as much time to do fantasy. I don't know.
I never done fantasy. I've never wanted to.
Really?
I never want to root for anyone who's not a Steeler. I never want to be like, oh, you know, Calvin Ridley just, you know, ran all over us, but he's on my fantasy team, so I'm happy about that. Like I never wanted to do that.
Wow, you're really pure then. You're kind of a purist.
And I also just don't want to like type in all that shit. I don't want to sit there for the draft. You know, like one of my best friends is like one of the like a big fantasy football guy, like knows everything. If he ran your team, you would win. And I would never give a shit. Not my thing. I don't gamble. Do you gamble? Do you put money on sports?
I do gamble sometimes. I've realized recently that I need to kind of chill out. You know, not a lot. I'll bet like a couple $100 here and there on something. I've never bet $1,000 on something, but I do realize it's like I'm getting a little like when I get like testy or bored, I want to do something. You know,
you need to misbehave. I'm like that, where I'm like, I haven't had to drink in like a year and a half. I don't consider myself sober, but I haven't been drinking. But I need something. I need like a nicotine pouch or like some sort of like thing that's like, this is my misbehaving.